Hey guys, Mattox here with Keymaster Games. I'm super excited to show you our latest game called Space Park, which is on Kickstarter right now. I'm going to give you a little tutorial of how to set it up and how to play and how to be the greatest explorer the galaxy has ever seen. Your goal in Space Park is to earn explorer points, and let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so I have all the components here, and we're going to start with setting up the board, but for now we just have these in each of their own little piles. So to start the board, we're going to start with Starlight Station. That's always the first piece that you want to put down. It's the big, long piece, hard to miss. And then we're going to use our destination tiles. They're going to come out randomly to form the board. So we're going to shuffle those up. Obviously, these will have different backs and whatnot. And now we're going to place them randomly out. So this creates a different setup every time you play the game, which will affect how the rockets are going to go around the board. I'm setting up the board so that these actions, these little action areas down here, are facing towards the players and away from the center of the board. So it creates a nice, easy way for people to read when they're facing the board that way, what the action does. Now we want to do the rockets. So we have these three lovely rocket minis, and they're going to start on Cosmic Canyon, Celestial Seas, and Lunar Woods. So these are places that are going to give players crystals. These are the start locations. Every time the game starts, you go, they're placed there. So now we want to put these components next to each of their corresponding actions. So at Cosmic Canyon, that's where you're going to get 2 of these sun crystals. At Celestial Seas, that's where you're going to get these sea crystals. And I should say the colors obviously are going to be tweaked and refined as we finalize the game with our manufacturer. And then Lunar Woods is where you're going to gain a moon crystal. Now the other places don't deal with crystals, but they give you ways to use rockets and maneuver them in different ways, or use Scout, your little explorer robot bro. So we're going to put those by their starting places. So fast travel, they go by Astral Arcade over here, as you'll gain one of those if you visit it. And we'll get into each of the actions as we build it out here. And then Scout is going to start on top of Astral Arcade. Lastly, Fusion Falls is going to have just these 1 explorer points, as that's where you're going to be able to convert something into explorer points. So those go there. And that's it. Outpost 13 doesn't have anything. That's where you're actually going to be turning things in to earn badges. So speaking of badges, this is the badge deck here. You have these cool little badge cards in here. To start the game, you shuffle them up, and you're going to deal 1 to each player. So let's just say players over here, we're right here, and you guys are over here. And that's going to be our starting badge. You can look at it, but it's secret to everybody else. And then the badge deck is going to go on top of here, and we're going to reveal 3 badges into the midst of the game right here, right next to Starlight Station. So the last thing we want to do is give each player a pink crystal, and then we are ready to begin. Alright, so we've got our starting hand right here. We have this sweet experimenter badge. The color of the badge is going to relate to the place where its crystals are located. So in this case, we have sea crystals. In order to complete this badge, we need to get 2 sea crystals and then a sun crystal and turn them in. So with that, we kind of know for our starting move where we need to go, or at least start working towards. And these badges, once you get those things, we're going to need to turn them in order to earn it. These rockets symbolize actions that we can take. Any place that has a rocket on it is an action you can take. Each place has its own action associated with it. So this Celestial Seas over here is gain a sea crystal, Lunar Woods is gain a moon crystal, and Cosmic Canyon is gain 2 sun crystals. So I know that I already have my 1 sun crystal, which is great, and I need to get 2 sea crystals. Awesome. So there's an action there that I can take, and I want to take this action. So the rocket's on top of it. That means I can take that action. And when you take an action with a rocket, it's going to, first you're going to take the action, which is gain a sea crystal, and then the rocket's going to move to the next available location clockwise. So these rockets are going to move around this board in this clockwise manner. But they're going to skip over any locations that already have rockets on them. So when I'm thinking about my turn, I'm thinking, what do I need, but also what do I not want to give other players an avenue towards? So I just open them up to Fusion Falls over here, which is not a big deal at the start of the game, of course, but later game is going to definitely matter where you're letting players get to that allows their combos to work well. So again, I'm working towards this badge. I'm almost there. Badges are the way that you're practically going to win the game. They give you explore points here, and so this one's worth 4 explorer points. Different badges have different values depending on the crystals that they need to accomplish them. There's other ways to gain explorer points over here at Fusion Falls. So badges are like the main way, but there are other ways like Fusion Falls to get explorer points. So now my turn's done. I've now given play of turn over here to this player over here, and they have this sweet pink badge that's going to be super focused on sun crystals, so they need to get 5 of those to complete it. They already have 1, which is great. They're on their way there, and they're thinking, of course I'm going to go here. I get to gain 2 of these. I'll be more than halfway there if I go there. So they're going to go there, take the action, and then the rocket's going to move to the next open location. So Starlight Station, that's one big location down here, and it's like the rockets are always coming back there. The Starlight is kind of like where you're making your plans and going out from there to figure out where you need to go, because that's going to give you badges there. So you've kind of seen how those places work. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the other actions associated. So these, gain a sea crystal, gain a moon crystal. At Fusion Falls, you're going to be able to turn in a sun crystal for 1 XP. So you get an explorer point just like that for turning in a sun crystal. The other way, or other actions available here, is Astral Arcade. So this is a really interesting place. Scout, your explorer bot buddy, he's super fun. He's going to be traveling around to different locations depending on where players want to put him. So if we were to, let's say a rocket was here, and we decided to go there, we would take the action. So the first action is move Scout. So wherever I put Scout, I'm thinking, where do players want to go? So I'm going to move him probably to Lunar Woods over here, because I feel like people are going to definitely want moon crystals. They're definitely going to want badges too, but I feel like this might be a hot item depending on what badges are out. So I'm going to put Scout there, and then I'm going to take the sweet Scouter. That symbolizes who is connected to Scout at that time. It basically is like allows you to look through it to see what Scout's seeing. And then next we're going to get a fast travel token, and these allow us to move a rocket 1 space forward before we take our action. So that allows us to open up new avenues to places that we might not have been able to get to. So now that we've taken all the actions there, this would move to the next open space. So Astral Arcade is unique in that it has a few actions there that can really shape the game. So Scout's over here now. Now that I own the Scouter, anytime someone visits a place with Scout on it, I get to choose if I want a pink crystal or a fast travel pass. So that's a nice little, if you can use it to your best advantage, it's a way to get a leg up on the competition. But this Scouter is going to, transfer ownership. If someone else went to Astral Arcade, they'd get to move Scout, and then they'd take the Scouter from you. So Astral Arcade is super sweet if you can use it well. Outpost 13 is really straightforward. Once you have the crystals, you can only go there if you can take the action. So like I couldn't go there on my next turn because I don't have the necessary crystals, but I would need to have 2 sea crystals and 1 sun crystal, and that would allow me to turn in those crystals back to their piles and then claim this badge. And when you claim the badge, you're going to get its benefit too, which gives you some sweet opportunities here. So with this one, I can exchange an additional sun crystal for a sea crystal at Fusion Falls. So that's a way to like upgrade a crystal without actually having to go to places, which is great at Fusion Falls. So these are going to shape the game in unique ways, and if you can get some great combos with your badges, that'll also allow you to work towards victory really well. So that is like the heart of the game. It's pretty straightforward and simple. As you go to places, as you go to Starlight Station, you're going to reveal a badge, and then from those that are revealed, you can choose one to take, put it into your pile, and then the rocket would move to the next open location. And turn of play would continue to the next player. So you're only, taking 1 action per turn, and you're trying to figure out from the 3 that are available, or if you have a fast travel pass, where could you go to take an action that would really work to your benefit as you're collecting these crystals. Now the game would end once someone hits 15 explorer points at least. So once someone hits that, the round would finish out. Since I was the first traveler here, the round would finish to the player to the right of me. So that everybody gets equal turns, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner of Space Park. And that's how it's played, guys. Hope you enjoyed it and appreciate all the help and backing on Kickstarter. Have the best.